Today is gonna be so much fun because I have created a club that is called Transfers FC with a horrible looking kit and a bunch of new players that you've never heard of. They're all randomly generated. Don't get used to them. They will all be gone. But the one rule we are setting ourselves today is gonna change the way this rebuild goes. I am only allowed to bring in players that are new transfers in the Premier League, whether it be from one club in the Premier League to another or coming in from the outside into the Premier League. All of those players are going to be eligible for Transfers FC, and we're going to see if we can put together a nice looking starting 11 of players that could possibly dominate the Premier League for years to come. Now, obviously, as we do get into this, I want you guys to leave your comment down below and let me know, what do you think about these players that are coming into these clubs in the Premier League? Do you think they will be successful, or do you think that some of these guys will be flopping? Let me know as we go through the transfers one by one. I am excited because this is a hot topic. Starting off with the one that makes the most sense. We are talking about the biggest transfer, over 100 million spent on Declan Rice, and he is already settling in at life at Arsenal. Now he's gonna have to wear the ugly kits that we have put together. I'm so sorry that you have to look at that constantly, but you can see here he's already settling in at Arsenal, and it is a massive transfer. What do you think about this one? I personally think that we're going to get more goal contributions from Declan Rice at Arsenal than he did at West Ham. I always thought Declan Rice was someone that could dribble really well, get past people and all that good stuff, but at West Ham he had a specific role where he had to defensive, so he was doing that incredibly, don't get me wrong, but I think we can see more. I think there is more in Declan Rice that we haven't seen yet, and I'm really looking forward to it. Let me know your thoughts. But again, he is the one walking straight into the starting lineup. I don't care what their ratings are. We are going for Premier League transfers only, and Declan Rice is the first one to come in. The next player on the list for me clearly had to be Musa Diabi. Yes, Aston Villa have confirmed his signing a couple of days ago, if not a week ago, and he has already been banging in pre-season. This guy, a lot of people still doubt his abilities and they think he won't make it in the Prem. I'm telling you right now, Musa Diabi last season at Leverkusen was unplayable. Him and Frimpong on that right side, alongside the likes of Florian Wirtz, they were doing incredible things. So I personally fully believe in Aston Villa's signing. I think he's going to do a great job at that squad, and he comes in as the right midfielder for this team. He is the one I'm going to trust in, and I don't know if you do, but I think he is going to do incredible things at Aston Villa, and Unai Emery definitely believes in him and trusts in him.
I trust you with so much!
For me personally, one of the biggest transfers for the club of Bournemouth is Milos Krasic. I watched him at AZ Alkmaar throughout the season, and guys, I can tell you right now, this guy is extremely talented. I'm surprised that no one else picked him up. He was linked to Benfica for a long time, but then he ended up at Bournemouth, and now he is part of our club. Obviously way lower rated than the lads that we have brought in so far, but that shouldn't let you think that this guy won't be incredible. I really hope we get to see him play in the starting 11, because if he does, this is a name that you need to remember, because a lot of Premier League teams could go in there and try and snag him off at Bournemouth in the future. Let me know your thoughts on Krasic at Bournemouth.
Do it!
On to the next one in defense. It is Nathan Collins, who has moved from Wolves to Brentford. This is an extremely talented centre-back that is from Ireland, and now he is part of Transfers FC. I'm going to put him right alongside Milos Krasic, and I'm happy about this one. This is definitely a player to watch out for. Probably the best transfer Brentford has made so far. I don't necessarily know if Brentford are going to go ahead and make even more transfers. If you think about the fact that Ivan Toney, for example, is banned for like multiple months to go, I wonder if they're going to bring in anyone else for that position. They do have Kevin Schade. I don't know if he can play striker properly though, but anyways, Collins is here. Do we think he's going to excel at Brentford? I think Pinnock was doing a good job at Brentford at the end of the last season, so I wonder where he's going to fit in there. But I'm trying to get one transfer from every team into this club, and this was the next one. Collins, welcome, buddy. He is only 21 and 6'4". High defensive work rate. I like that. The next one is a player that actually played in a European final this season with Fiorentina. Yes, Fabrizio Romano put it out there. Official and confirmed. Igor joined Brighton on a 17 million deal plus 3 million. So basically 20 million for that man right there. He is joining Brighton. And as you guys know, Brighton knows how to make transfers and sell them on for massive amounts of money in the future. This is one to definitely look out for. As I said before, a player that has made it to a European final with Fiorentina, obviously lost, but still has shown enough to gather the interest of Brighton. And again, not the highest rated player right here, but very happy with this defensive lineup so far, coming together with a lot of youth. This guy is the oldest one we brought in now, 24 years old. That is fine. Let's see if anyone has actually pulled off a right back or anything like that, but let's move on to the next club. Up next and up top, my choice is clear. And he thinks he could become a player that goes clear of King Didier. Nicolas Jackson. I love and respect King Didier, of course, but I want to go on and be more than him. That sounds absolutely insane. But if you guys have noticed, Nicolas Jackson, the new striker that has joined Chelsea, has immediately shown things that Chelsea fans seem to love. He's extremely direct. He's a very, very good team player that has an eye for his teammates, as he has shown in a combination in preseason together with Mudryk, and just generally a player that seems to be exciting the Chelsea fan base. So he's going to be coming in as the striker for this team. Jackson, welcome, buddy. And by the way, I did skip Burnley because Burnley hasn't really made any good transfers so far, but I still expect them to go ahead and do some. They have actually gotten themselves Amdouni, who's a very good talent that came in from Basel, but he could only make it to the bench of this team. I want to first of all get the starting 11 straight. Up next, I was looking through Crystal Palace, nothing there. I was looking through Everton, nah, not really interested. Going down to Fulham, Calvin Bassey, but we already have a centre-back. But then, as I went down to Liverpool, I realised there's one and only transfer here. Obviously, we're going for Dominic Sobrik. The reason for it is because obviously McAllister already played in the Premier League. I wanted to go for someone that came from the outside, and Sobrik makes a lot of sense. Now, I watched him today playing for Liverpool in that midfield role. Didn't necessarily see too much of his abilities, of the things that he does really well, but he was working very hard, which already showcases that he's willing to go ahead and drop into that system of Klopp, in which he just has to do that. You have to press, you have to track back, all those things you will have to get used to. I personally don't actually think he's going to play every game. I'll be honest with you, as a Liverpool fan, I think it's going to be McAllister playing in that midfield most of the times. I think he's the one that is set to play every game because he's so versatile and can defend quite well and plays passes and all that good stuff. I think Szoboszlai has a few more limits than McAllister. So I'm thinking he goes ahead and plays for Liverpool, gets a lot of goal contributions in the next season, but won't be starting every game, at least for the first period. Maybe at some point he will, but still, very good transfer, especially for our team.
Me likey.
As we all know, Gundogan, the captain of City, left, and they have gone in and got themselves Mateo Kovacic, a player that I personally highly respect, especially when he plays for Croatia. He looks incredible, and now he is part of Transfers FC. My man, I think he's going to do a good job at City. Now, I don't think he's going to be as good as Gundogan. I'll be completely honest with you there, because I think Gundogan was much more capable of getting goals and assists. But I still think this is a very sensible signing from Manchester City, who just know exactly what they're doing at all times. This is such a good player with so much experience to bring into your squad that will be able to help you for at least 2-3 years until you have to go ahead and move in a different player into that position. Kovacic, welcome to our squad. You're going to be playing alongside Declan Rice. Most people thought these two would be playing together at Chelsea. Never happened, did it? If you didn't see this one moment with Onana where he was screaming at Maguire, you missed out. He said, though, I try and demand a lot because I know he's a good player. We are in this together. Is he a good player, though? Honestly, Onana, are you sure about that? First game you play with him, you're already screaming at the guy at the top of your lung, and he looked pissed. And I totally understand why. Harry Maguire should never have been a Manchester United player. End of story. He might have been good for England, but he's never going to be good for United. And Onana, though, on the other hand, is an incredible modern goalkeeper that likes to take risks at times, of course, which could hurt him. He will have certain moments where he doesn't look ideal. He looks stupid, right, when he makes a mistake. But most of the time, I do believe Onana will be an amazing goalkeeper for Manchester United for years to come. Hence why he is the guy that I had to bring into this squad. He definitely is the best goalkeeper transfer. After that, I would say Verbruggen to Brighton. That's long-term an amazing goalkeeper as well, who actually, in terms of like building up the play with his feet, might even be better than Onana, or at least at the same level. And here comes the next piece. It is Harvey Barnes. Now, ideally from Newcastle, of course, you should have gone for Tonali, everyone would say. But for me, I wanted to go a different route here, and I'm bringing in Barnes, who has signed with Newcastle United. And I think he could do well, you know. He's going to be competing against Gordon on that left-hand side, I believe. Saint-Maximin has just left for Saudi Arabia. I'm excited to see what Barnes can do, because at times he has shown absolute quality. Now, Leicester obviously got relegated, and Premier League clubs were immediately looking into him. I mean, even in FIFA, he's highly rated, right? He has that 80 rating. He's still somewhat young, 6'1" tall, 24 years old. High low work rates. He's going to be 25 in real life when he is now at Newcastle, and it makes you wonder, can he go ahead and revive his career to a point where a lot of other big clubs are going to be interested in him again? Or is this going to be someone that is just going to stick to Newcastle United and just play there for as long as he can until Newcastle inevitably just spends 160 million on a winger to bring in, you know, Saudi money? But yeah, Barnes is here. He's part of our squad right now. And I'm only missing a right back. Has anyone bought a right back? I actually looked for right backs that I can get, but technically speaking, Pedro, whose buy clause was activated, is the only one I can get. But in order to get him, I have to wait until next season. So for now, we're going to be playing with Mr. Schmitz in the right back position. He ain't too bad either. The first season with the lads is done, and we are looking at the 11th position in the Prem, which obviously isn't amazing. We are in the bottom half of the league table. That is something that we have to take on board. We realize we have conceded too many goals and not scored enough, but hopefully we can see growth, and that is going to be an important one. So Jackson up to an 80. Herkes, one of the lowest rated ones, up to a 78. Defenders obviously haven't seen as much growth due to the fact that we have conceded so many goals. But Declan Rice is already at an 87 alongside Musa Diabi. So good stuff right there that I'm very happy to see. But I do believe there's a lot more in this team, and I need to fill up that bench with a bunch of Premier League transfers as well. So let's focus on that for the second season.
Oh, and by the way, Nicolas Jackson scored 25 goals and got 2 assists.
Let's go back to Arsenal and bring in a player that can actually play right back. A lot of people seem to think that he might actually go in there. Right back, centre back, left back, it makes no difference to Julian Timber. He will smash it either way. And as you can see, he is the new signing of Arsenal. I personally wonder where he's going to be fitting in, because Gabriel and Saliba, out of those two, I personally would rather drop Gabriel. Saliba has been incredible for Arsenal, but Timber now is going to walk into our club as the right back. And now that position has been sorted out. Initially, I was thinking about Pedro because technically, I guess, Spurs have only paid his release clause in like May, his buy clause. So I'm just thinking, you know what? Let's just go for this one right here. But Timber, welcome to the club. Nice to have you, pal. You're going to be a good one in that right back spot. But I'm actually open to bringing in even higher rated players into the starting 11 now. Let me look around. As you guys might be aware, Aston Villa didn't stop with Diaby. Before that, they have gone ahead and gotten themselves Pau Torres, who is obviously an incredible talent. And now I need improvements in defense. As much as I like the two that we have brought in, obviously, Pau Torres is going to be an upgrade. And by the way, if you're surprised about the £1 that I'm paying for these players now, apparently there's a mod that I can just turn on where I can get players for £1. Now, in this club, money is no issue. It's all about bringing the players in. I gave myself $1 billion. I might as well just go ahead and get these players for £1. No real difference there. But Pau Torres is coming into this club And I think he is going to be a very, very good centre-back in the Premier League that a lot of people will look at and think, why didn't anyone else actually sign him? So, yeah, Pau Torres, welcome to the club. Left-footed centre-back. It's what clubs love to see these days. This guy is going to do incredible things. Trust me. João Pedro has joined Brighton, as you guys might know, and I truly believe he is going to be incredible for Brighton. He could be the next big one that they sell on for tons of money. I watched a couple of moments of him in the preseason. I don't know if he played every game, but from the game that I saw, he looked unstoppable in certain moments. So I'm really excited to see what João Pedro can do, but that is one for our bench for sure. I think he will be supplying Jackson with a little bit of rest whenever he needs it. Up next, a player I actually watched tons of games off in the Championship, but now at Burnley, he is returning to the club because Burnley have now gone ahead and paid the 15 million clause for Jordan Bayer, a player that originally belongs to Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now he is a Burnley player permanently, which means he can go straight into our squad as one of the new transfers, and he will be someone that we bring in as a backup for our starting 11 players, just like Igor. Now we have two really good centre-backs to help us out whenever it's needed. I've seen a lot of people comment on this specific transfer already, saying that Italians don't do well in the Prem, and Tonali obviously is one that has gone ahead and signed with us now, but obviously signed with Newcastle in real life, and I think he's class. But I also do wonder now, is he going to be doing well in that Newcastle team? Bruno G Tonali next to him, is that going to work out? But for us, he's going to play alongside Declan Rice, and that should be okay. And for whatever reason, I can't do the £1 release clause trick anymore. It doesn't work. I don't know why. Anyways, but Kovacic is going to drop to the bench. And that will allow us to bring in two actual CDMs into this club with the 4-2-3-1 wide formation. Where the hell is it? Come on, game. Give me the 4-2. Hey, thank you. This is one I actually wonder about. United fans, do you think that Mason Mount is the right one for your team? Do we actually believe that he can be the one to take United to that next level and make them title contenders again? Obviously, alongside his teammates. He can't do it by himself. But will he be able to supply something into that team that they didn't have before? Like, what is the position for Mason Mount in this team? What kind of style is he going to play in that squad? Is he going to have issues in making it into the starting 11? Are other players ahead of him possibly? Is he going to be a winger? Is he going to be a midfielder? What's going to happen here? Let me know what you think about it. But I personally am bringing him in as a backup for my main man, Szoboszlai. There's going to be a battle for that cam position between the two. But yeah, Mason Mount obviously has shown quality many times. But then again, I'm not a believer. I've never been. When he was linked to Liverpool, I was so hoping he wouldn't sign. And this is not a dig at Manchester United fans. You can go on my Twitter and see I never wanted Mason Mount at Liverpool. And I'm so happy we didn't get him. And I'm happy that we got Szoboszlai in the end. But yeah, let me know how Mount will be doing at Manchester United this season. Just had an amazing pizza and we are here looking at Transfers FC in the 3rd position. The progress is incredible. We love to see it. No one cares about that one right there, but we have gotten ourselves Champions League footy. And honestly, guys, looking at the Premier League transfers that we have brought into the club right here, if I had to pick one player that I personally think is going to do, or is going to have the biggest impact on their team in terms of achieving more than they achieved last season, it's really tough to pick one, but I think it's going to be Onana. I really do. I might be completely wrong here, but I think having someone like him in that back line is going to change a lot for Manchester United. If it wasn't him, I would say either Pau Torres or Diabi, one of the two. I think Aston Villa is going to do really well again this year. But I don't necessarily think Szoboszlai is going to take Liverpool over the line to go ahead and win the title. I don't think it's going to be the same for Declan Rice and Timber as well. I don't think they will have a chance to win the title. I think City is going to get it done. And Jackson, actually, you know what? I might be wrong here. I think Jackson might be the one. Onana, obviously, Champions League qualified for Manchester United. So Chelsea need to get back in there. And that player could have the biggest impact. Okay, I'm actually choosing Nicolas Jackson here. But going into the squad, let's see the performances once again. It's Barnes. Hey, 30 goal contributions. Szoboszlai. Nice, 31. We have Diaby 14 and 7 there. And then Jackson with 13 and 6. Nice to see that our center attacking midfielder has done so well. A new man walking into the club, and it's our goalkeeper. And it is, let me show you, Mark Flecken. Brentford has signed him, and now he will become our backup. The main man himself is obviously Onana. Flecken, by the way, is a great goalkeeper. Joins from Freiburg, and he is going to be the starting lineup goalkeeper for Brentford, it looks like, since they seem to have decided to let go of David Raya. So another signing for our club. Up next, we have a player that Chelsea just brought into their team. It is Leslie Ugochukwu, a talent from Stade Rennais that is quality, but will probably be loaned back out to the league. But we are bringing him in right now, as I was actually needing just one more player for the bench that can come in and help us out. So he comes in for 20 million. Ugochukwu will take over from Marsh, and that way we have set up the bench with Premier League transfers as well. Starting 11 looks great. I think this team should bang this season. Let's see what we can achieve in this year. Well, sadly, guys, Real Madrid has kicked us out of the Champions League. Now, the question is this team capable of re-qualifying or maybe even going for the title here in the Prem? We have not been able to get to a point where we're up for any trophies. I haven't seen us do that yet, so let me just dive straight in. First of all, the starting 11 seems like Barnes injured himself, which is obviously not ideal. But generally speaking, we are seeing a lot of growth in the team, and we're getting to a stage where I personally would fully expect this team to compete at the highest level. Szoboszlai now, 92 rated, highest rated player alongside Diaby. The bench looks good. Everything looks good. I will take a look into the scoring. Jackson is the main one, but then Szoboszlai again with loads of goal contributions. But Diaby has 27 to his name. Just one less than Szoboszlai. So those guys are actually dominating. No surprise in their growth. Whoa, only 4th position. Transfers FC. What the hell, man? You gotta be doing better than that. I am not happy with that one bit. We re-qualify for Champions League football, but the new transfers of the Premier League have still not been able to go ahead and get things done in terms of winning a trophy. So let's continue our road to that trophy. Past Sevilla and hopefully into multiple cup finals or trophies in general. I want to know from you guys, what do you consider your favorite snack right now? Yes, that is my question. I'm currently having some snacks, you know, and I want to know from you guys. This one has lemon cheesecake flavor. Amazing. But yeah, I want to know from you guys, what do you snack on throughout the day? I think a lot of people are like eating chips or whatever you call it in your country, flips, or I don't even know what you guys call it, but we are in the Champions League final. We have won the FA Cup final, and now we are about to take on PSG. So, is this a treble season? Is this the treble season? Come on, Transfers FC, show me what you got. Premier League. No. I thought it was gonna be. FA Cup belongs to us. Now, Carabao Cup doesn't belong to us. Okay, so we can only go for the double. FA Cup and Champions League doesn't sound too bad to me. But let's take a look at the squad right here. And we are looking at some 90 pluses all around, except in the defense, which is okay. These guys still have amazing ratings. Lovely to see that Kerkez has caught up to the rest of the team. Onana now on the 90, and bench-wise, we're looking solid too. These Premier League transfers are going to take on the likes of Mbappe, I'm assuming. Why doesn't Mbappe ever transfer? 29 and 18 for Barnes, 23 and 19 for Szoboszlai, 23 and 6 for Jackson, 21 and 4 for Musa Diabi. Mbappe, have you transferred? Or nope, he hasn't. Mbappe and Gonzalo Ramos next to each other. That is some foreshadowing right there. Apparently, Gonzalo Ramos is very close to joining Mbappe at PSG, so watch out for that one. Bellingham, De Bruyne. Oh my god. Poop miners between them. Ooh, that doesn't look too good. But then we have Kimpembe, Militao, Marquinhos, Hakimi, and whoever that left back is. I have no idea who that guy is. But that looks like a strong team. 5 at the back. Our attack will have their work cut out for themselves. Let's see how this goes for them. Now, if you guys remember, this Champions League final that we're diving into still has the crazy settings that we had on the last one, which means last one I lost. This one, we'll see how it goes against Mbappe and his boys. This time around, though, we have all the Premier League transfers. Surely, this will be enough to get it done on this insanely high difficulty that we have set up for ourselves. Ooh, Mbappe. Oh, that's too fast. What the? Oh, mate, I honestly thought I stopped him twice there. Mbappe still runs through and scores. Transfers FC in the mud. Look at that, man. I genuinely was sure that I had the ball there. Lovely work. Diabi. I don't know where to go here. Oh, they're giving me a little bit too much space. Diabi! Not good. First half is over. We're losing. Nice. Come on, step in, lads. Oh, that's too easy. Mbappe, Gonzalo Ramos. Oh, what a tackle. Oh, Gonzalo Ramos sending me to the shops. Mbappe doing the same. Luckily, Diaby has a functioning brain. Szoboszlai. He can play these passes, and he does. It's a beautiful ball in behind. Here goes Nicolas Jackson. And there's the equalizer. He battles off the defender. The new Chelsea striker scores his goal right when I need him the most. Thank you so much. It's a Szoboszlai assist and a quality finish from Nicolas Jackson after just pushing that defender, holding him behind him. No chance for Militao. Oh, no. That ain't ideal. Whoa, whoa. Mbappe again. Honestly, Collins is absolutely goated. Down to Szoboszlai and Diaby. Diaby cuts across again. He's going to be looking for Barnes. Barnes cuts in. Sees the run of Jackson. Jackson, just like he did with Mudryk. I need him to play together with his teammates. Szoboszlai! Szoboszlai! Oh my god, what a goal! Ridiculous finish after a move that you will never see in a Champions League final, but Szoboszlai made it happen. The immediate skill move, it was in my mind, and man, that guy got sent to the shops. Kimpembe, I am so sorry that your family had to witness that on the stands, because after this, they will never talk to you again. And that goal actually leads to the trophy in the end. Nothing else happened in the game. I tried a couple more times, but honestly, I'm kind of proud of the kits that I put together here. But the Premier League transfers were good enough to get it done in the end. Which league do you want me to go ahead and do next? If you guys are supporting this video, I will definitely go ahead and do this with the other leagues. But man, this squad, especially a bunch of these players, especially Nicolas Jackson, I have a feeling that some of these guys that you're seeing in here could turn out to be some of the biggest players in the upcoming season. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Take care and peace.